Hello, family. My coworker gave me apples, so we're gonna make apple pie bars. Come join me. Okay, I've got 8 tablespoons of, well, it said unsalted butter, but all I have is salted. So I'm following the recipe really close here. So, I gotta pay attention. I've never made this recipe, so it came from King Arthur's apple pie bars, and I got all those apples from my coworker, so she already had them cut up and frozen for me. I mean, how nice is that? I need 6 cups, so I'm going to put 6 cups of these apples in the strainer. And I have the oven on 325, and I put parchment paper in my 8 by 8 inch square pan, and I lightly greased it. All right, I got that. I got the apples straining. I think she already put lemon juice in because they didn't turn brown. So, but the recipe says to put lemon juice, so I'm going to do that. First, we're going to do the crust. 8 tablespoons of butter at room temperature. 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of brown sugar packed. So let's do that. 1/4 cup. Plus 2 tablespoons. I'm not one to follow instructions, but if it's a new recipe, I'm going to. And then I usually end up changing it the second time around. So 2 tablespoons. Okay. Now, we're going to beat this until it's smooth. Got to plug it in though. It always helps. Electricity is a good thing. Okay, now, scrape the bowl and add the flour. You can do that. Pretty good at following instructions sometimes. It depends. If it's at work, I follow instructions. Okay, now we're going to add the flour and the salt. And it's 1 1/4 cup of flour. 1 1/4 cup. Oh, that wasn't. That was a third. Oh well. Let's take a little bit out. Okay, now we are going to, we're going to beat this. Oh, I got to add the salt. See, I got to pay attention. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. If you hear something in the background, that's our aquarium going. We got it running because the fish are coming in tomorrow from the pond. We don't have it full, so it makes a lot of noise because we'll be adding some of the pond water when we put them in there. Okay, now we're going to just Yeah, that's all we had to do until it was crumbly. Okay, now yeah, when you squeeze it, it should hold together, and it does. Now we're going to evenly distribute this. There. Now we're going to firmly press it with our hands. Okay, I am recording. Oh my goodness sakes. All right, now we take a fork and we just, whoops. It doesn't want to prick, okay? Gotta do it lightly, I guess. It'll turn out all right. We hope so, don't we? All right, we're going to put this in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes until it's lightly golden. 325. Okay, this is lightly golden. Now we're going to let it cool down slightly. And while that's happening, we're going to move you over here to this pan because we're going to do the next thing. Okay. We already did the apples and they already had lemon juice in them, so I decided not to do anything about that. Now we're going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter. Got it right here. We're going to melt this in here. Okay, I'm going to grab over medium-high heat. Okay, we're good here. I'm going to get this. Got our spices here. We've got cinnamon, allspice, and ground nutmeg. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to add the spices to this melted butter. And what we got here is 2 teaspoons of apple pie spice, but I don't have that. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. One-half teaspoon of nutmeg. And 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. Okay. Now we're going to give that a good stir. And I turned the oven up to 350 now. Okay, so next what we do is we add the apples, 6 cups of apples. And we give that a good stir. And it says what you do is, I suppose these were frozen, so, but you stir until the apples becomes about 5 minutes for the apples to become softened. I'll give it a little bit here. Okay, now we're going to sprinkle sugar over the top, 3/4 cup. And we're going to cook this about 6 to 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. And at first there's going to be liquid, but we'll just continue to cook until most of the liquid is gone. Okay, the liquid has evaporated, and what we're going to do now is we're going to turn it off. We're going to set it aside to cool, and then we'll be back with the topping. Okay, now apples have cooled down. Now we're going to make the topping. And what we're going to do is we're going to add 1/2 cup of flour, and 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm just going to give that a little mix here. Now what I did was I took 4 tablespoons of butter and I cut them up into little tiny pieces and left it in the fridge because it has to be cold. That in there. Now we just kind of mix it up with our fingers. Kind of, or a fork. I could get my fork. I don't know if you heard me, but yeah. 4 tablespoons of butter here, cut up. 1/2 cup of flour. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And 1/4 cup of brown sugar packed. Now we're just kind of I'm just kind of trying to get this. It's really not, doesn't want to, I have to do it by hand. We want it mixed in with the flour mixture here. Just keep mixing it with your fingers. I don't know. Can you see that? Just to make it like a, like for apple crisp. Same kind of topping. I like a lot of it, but this isn't very much. So we'll see. To me, it should be doubled. That should be good. Okay, we're going to put this thing together here. We're going to put our apples on there. I'm just going to spread it out like this. Okay, now we're going to put the crumb topping on it. It might be enough. Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm so used to making large amounts. I still have trouble with that. Because I used to cook for a lot of people for years and years. So it's hard to get over. Okay, we're going to put this in the oven for, what does it say? About 35 to 40 minutes. And we got to let them cool completely. So I will see you later. But you will think it's just seconds.
Okay, I popped them out of the oven and I let them cool down in the fridge. I cut them when they were warm. That's the best way to do it.
There you go, apple pie bars. Should we try it? I had to put them in the fridge a little bit. Mmm. Tastes like apple pie, crumb apple pie. Yum. Thanks, Sherry, for the apples. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you next time for something different. And remember, stay busy and serve others. Bye for now.